Guys, I'm in a new channel. There's going to be something new for you every single day for at least a year. We're almost at 3K subbies. I'd appreciate it if you check it out. Smash that subscribe if you haven't yet. It's going to be really cool. So right before the Chaos Cube drifts silently into the sunset, we've got some last-minute changes to this update involving chorus fruit, the wither, and actually the biome is filled with poison now. Kind of, in a way. Chat has never ever looked so beautiful. Take a look at how this looks with the blue right there, the clean, sharpened text. It looks like Mojang is getting ready to change chat forever. A little bit later than usual, last week, a brand new preview dropped. Tucked inside of that preview, we've got a brand new formatting code for the shade of blue being used by the party chat in-game. Now, right now, it looks like this stuff is just being used for the party system, but in the future, it looks like maybe it might be expanded. Denny right here showed a little bit of feedback that was found on the Minecraft website and how confusing it was before with the color difference, and now they made it blue. Now, the Sulfur Caves. In last week's snapshot, they restored the ketchup and mustard splatter all over this biome, therefore making all of the water come back and alive. It's pretty good. Meanwhile, over on Bedrock Edition, oh man, the biome has had the exact same changes. The ketchup and mustard splatter, baby, it's back all over the place. Now, I do know that it's a little bit dark inside of this biome, especially on video right now, but with this glow lichen all over the place. I don't have any night vision or anything like that. Vibrant visuals enabled, and man, the biome is actually decently bright. At least on game, before YouTube compresses it and makes it all dark. With a little bit of night vision on, though, it's kind of beautiful here, man. Take a look at this biome. We've got even more pools forming all over the place here now, which is really nice. And just the increased amounts of sulfur and cinnabar sprinkle in a little bit of spikes all over the place, and it looks really, really good. The glow lichen, though. The glow lichen all over this biome, even with vibrant visuals off, is leading to a completely different experience inside of the biome on Minecraft Bedrock Edition because, like, for example, this whole area, all of the glow lichen that has been spammed, well, it's leading to mobs not spawning at all inside of this biome, which is going to make this place way safer on Bedrock. Oh man, now if you're paying attention to the background while I'm talking, you might have noticed this beautiful green hue that has now since flooded the entire Sulfur Cave biome on Bedrock Edition, and it's gorgeous, dude. It's so good looking. Just when Mojang said they were wrapped up with the update and done adding features to it, they went ahead and turned the fog inside of the biome this sick lime green color that makes it feel like you're truly inside of a poisonous cave biome, and you probably shouldn't be breathing down here. Now, if you want to check this out for yourself, the sad thing here is that you are going to need to go into your video settings and bump your render distance all the way down to the bottom, because the fog, it doesn't really set in if it's really high. Here's to hoping that maybe before the final version of the update, Mojang could make the fog naturally a little bit more dense inside of this biome, because this feature, 100% it's going to go under the radar for anyone who doesn't mess with their render distance. And who actually messes with their render distance on Bedrock? Nobody. The green fog in the background, especially when you can find a cave that's a little bit larger, seriously adds to this cave biome. It makes perfect sense with the things like nausea. Like, look at how it just gently fills in the cave down there, man. It's so cool looking. If the fog were maybe even a little bit thicker here, well, it could make the biome a different kind of difficult that I think would be really, really sick. Now, with our green poison fog, you flip into spectator mode and just look at the area around here. Because of the green fog and how things are done on Bedrock Edition, man, that's like some intense looking lime all over the caves too. It's really cool looking. Now check this out. From this spot right here, I'm just standing and you can see all of the wall of lime. If I go ahead and turn vibrant visuals back on, lower my render distance all the way down, well, unfortunately, with vibrant visuals, the green fog is just not really a thing, which is quite ironic because you would think that with vibrant visuals, they would definitely have some good atmospheric vibes going on inside of this thing. But alas, no. In fact, even when I move into spectator mode and go and look at the caves around here, the fog is just like literally the normal color of the sky and the background and everything like that. There's no sick green lime tinting going on and filling the cave up or anything like that. Look, man, maybe they just forgot. Maybe it's a bug or something, but it's ironic because they promote vibrant visuals as the main way to play Minecraft, then add a feature to the game, only visible without vibrant visuals. Giving ourselves some night vision back and taking a closer look at the water here, according to the changelog, the water inside of the Sulfur Cave biome has now been turned to green, but when I move around in the water, well, actually, it's kind of beautiful. If you look up inside of the Sulfur Cave, the lichen turns into starry night sky lights, but that's definitely kind of blue looking to me. Not green, right? Even without a vibrant visuals, no night vision or anything like that, jumping into the water, I mean, that's bluer than blue itself, man. That's not green. I don't know what Mojang's really talking about with the green water, but that would be cool, man. I guess this week, hopefully, the devs will actually update that and change it on Java Edition so we can get the sick green fog too. Now, related to the Sulfur Cave biome, right underneath where I am right now, there is a Sulfur Cave, but up on the surface, no new beautiful spring. It is now confirmed that the Sulfur Spring, alongside their more beautiful look, well, they actually got quite a bit rarer inside of the game too. Intriguingly, the update happened on Java Edition, but it wasn't documented quite like this in the changelog. Updated the look of Sulfur Spring, they are bigger, they have different blocks, but Sulfur Spring generation is now constrained to flatter terrain. And that's leading to a lot of Sulfur Springs just never generating here. I mean, look at this thing. I have a desert right here. This is about almost as flat as things can get. I know it's like an azalea tree where a spring is never guaranteed to generate, but man, I think they need to loosen up those rules a little bit here because the new Sulfur Spring is so cool, and only one that happened, well, right over here in this flat little corner of the desert. With how cool these things are, they should be able to generate a little bit more frequently and maybe readjust the terrain, blend it in somehow on a hill. I don't know. These springs are way too cool and add so much to the world generation to be as rare as they actually are right now. Flashback to a little bit ago when we were talking about the mining issue inside of the Sulfur Cave biome. One of my big ideas to resolve the mining issue was to make sulfur and cinnabar a little bit easier to mine through or maybe explode. Well, now, inside of this preview, and seemingly only on Bedrock Edition in the preview, which is so intriguing so late in the update, the sulfur and cinnabar actually gets more blast resistant. Now, obviously, here you can see it's not the most blast resistant thing in the entire game, but it blows up about half as less as it did before. Gosh, it just sure seems like Mojang doesn't want us coming to this biome to mine at all. Like the ores that are here, Mojang says, no, don't extract them in any clever way to see if there's actual ores right behind the walls. Dude, can't get over this lime green though. Over on Bedrock Edition, Mojang seems to be loving the Sulfur Cube a little bit more than it is on Java because listen. That's a completely different sound that we don't have on Java. The TNT sound is exactly the same as normal, though. And the hot one, listen. I mean, that one's kind of hard to hear, but we've got a different sound for the hot archetype as well. Oddly enough, on Minecraft Java Edition, the Sulfur Cubes, I believe, well, I think for the most part, they're all just using the same exact sound. And no unique type sounds yet. Now, an intriguing one that has been made possible inside of this week's preview. I wonder what Mojang is doing with this. Oozing. The Sulfur Cube is documented to now be able to have the oozing effect applied to it. Now, the problem here with oozing, only if this mob is to be removed from life will the slime actually replace it. Man, it's another missed opportunity. Imagine oozing working a little bit different on the Sulfur Cube, where if you splash it, it just had the chance to spawn a slime every single time it's hit. If Mojang just cares about minigames in this update, man, that would have made a really interesting new minigame with the slime. After all, the point is to not remove the Sulfur Cube from life. Why not have effects to be applied to the Sulfur Cube a little bit differently here, man? So they could be, like, fun to mess around with, right? Now, when it comes to specifically our Sulfur update, with a preview all the way numbered at 27, we are very fastly running out of time for more previews in this update cycle. For the most part here, those are all of the Sulfur Cave changes that we're looking at this week for the new update. But that hasn't stopped Mojang from adding a couple of other side bonus features to the update and changing some really weird things. The Wither boss, the big, the bad one. The Minecraft Bedrock Edition, we know it. The Wither is much harder than it is on Java Edition and behaves pretty differently as well. Like that sick dance going on at the beginning, that's pretty cool. Obviously, the Wither is one of the most difficult and dangerous things in the entire game. Now, intriguingly, inside of this update, Mojang is actually working on the Wither's AI, how it targets things, where it will target things, how much damage it'll deal, and how it looks around as well. I don't know what this actually means in the grand scheme of things, aside from the Wither possibly getting a slightly different behavior maybe sometime soon, but this is so random, man. With it obviously now being like 3 years since Mojang said yes, they have the idea for a new boss inside of the game, and now the Wither getting some changes, big out of parity thing, I wonder what the future could hold for bosses. The end. In a preview all about the Sulfur update, getting this thing ready for a full release, Ender Pearls have received an update. Their teleportation mechanic is going to work better than ever before, with players being sent into blocks and then therefore taking damage. Well, all of that damage and glitchiness with the Ender Pearl that has been in the game for going on 6 years now is now resolved inside of this preview. If you go into a world, survival or creative mode, and throw an Ender Pearl around, you'll notice that your teleportation is working better than ever before. You're just being dropped on a block. And I mean, if I were in survival mode, you still do take a little bit of Pearl damage, but it's not like suffocation from being thrown into a random block. And quite intriguingly, inside of this update randomly as well, the bee. It will now care about not only the spore blossom, but actually chorus flowers as well. You could feed the bee a chorus flower and they will make sweet bee love. You could feed a baby bee a chorus flower and it'll actually be able to speed up its growth, eventually turning it into that gigantic size. They will also follow the player when you are holding a spore blossom or a chorus flower as well now. But chorus fruit, like the actual food that humans like you and I eat, nah, they don't care about the chorus fruit. Also, if you have chorus flower planted down on the ground and a couple of bees nearby, they will actually go over to the chorus flower and be able to pollinate on this weird blocky flower as well. Now, you know the bees AI, sometimes they don't decide to do exactly what you're hoping for them to do, but they can do it. These changes, on top of some of the more recent other end changes that are going down, and man, I mean, I know it's not that much in the grand scheme of things, but right at the end of an update cycle, usually when Mojang begins polishing stuff for the next update, and now we've got multiple changes and fixes to very important end-related things, I wonder if Mojang could do a small end drop before a larger end update, hopefully at some point in the future. Last things last today, the furnace update, baby, it's real. Quietly, inside of this week's preview, Mojang has snuck the brand new furnace recipe book fully out into the vanilla game. There is no more experimental toggle for it inside of your world after Chaos Cubed. The recipe book that we've talked about, well, it's just going to be straight up implemented into the game. Wither changes, end changes, and of course, chaos changes as well. Yeah, the update's getting maybe a little bit crazier. At least with the Wither. For today, though, laddies, that's all I've got. If you haven't yet, check out this video next, where we talk about some issues with the update and what Mojang could maybe change in these final few weeks before it actually releases. Tap like if you haven't yet, subscribe for more videos, and friends, so check out that new channel too. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.